Hi, everyone. Welcome to another amazing topic of conversation. I want to thank my sponsors, the Health Channel. So please sign up for their newsletter, anything related to health. And if you need working spaces, Alexa's Workspaces has everything from a virtual office, a regular office, or even a boardroom if you need a meeting just once. And we welcome our new partnership with Aventura Moms, going beyond Aventura for the best resource pages in social media. And now to our guests. So, Kiana, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So, the reason I wanted to talk to Kiana is first of all, I want to introduce Kiana as our new intern for the Power of the Heels.
Yes.
And I was very impressed with Kiana because she really has a goal set since a few years ago. But you know, when you have a dream and you want to do something and you say, okay, I want to do it, Kiana's actually doing it. And it's not an easy task. So, going to Japan, and you're
Yeah.
only 16, why Japan?
So for me,
No, wait. Let's go back a little bit. How did you decide that it was Japan
so
in the beginning?
I had a project at school where I had to learn about a country and present it. And we couldn't do countries that we originated from. So I couldn't do Colombia and I couldn't do Cuba. So I started doing my research. I researched all these countries, but one that really stuck with me was Japan. And I enjoyed learning about their culture, everything that they do, everything that they believe in. It was just captivating to learn about their interests, their beliefs, and just their values and everything. It really interested me. And I was kind of shocked. I was like, this is a wonderful country. Like it shocked me how different it was from America.
So you did the research in like eighth grade.
Yes,
Now you're in 11th grade and
correct.
you've always wanted to go to Japan.
That's true.
So tell me the road until now.
It hasn't been an easy one, I'll tell you that. I was working a lot. I started working in ninth grade, to afford this trip. Uh, I was had three jobs in only ninth grade. I had three jobs. I was working back to back, and then later on, I would just try to grab every opportunity I could to make money, as well as now it's a lot easier because I have most of the money, but now I'm obviously still working towards it. I'm doing as much as I can, and I'm hoping that I can, finish up before the deadline.
And so you found a program because
Yes.
the people that are listening to us have not do not know where you're going. Like if I was your mom, okay, give me a set thing. Where are you going? How are you going? Who are you going with?
So
Whole thing.
I'm
You're
I'm
only
going alone.
16.
I'm going completely alone, which was pretty difficult for my mom. But she's being more than wonderful to let me spread my wings like this, to let me experience it all on my own. I'm going with a program called EF Learning, or Education First. And it's a program, they take you everywhere. You can go to Costa Rica, you can go to different parts of Europe, Germany, things like that. And it's you can customize the program to fit, how long you want to go, what you want to learn. So I chose Japan, obviously, and I'm doing 2 months. So next summer, I'll be gone for the entirety of summer, and I'll be learning the language. they'll take me on field trips, they'll teach me about the history, and they'll take me places, they'll give me a well-rounded understanding of Japan and just the country in general.
So hopefully you come back loving the country and looking, because when you have so much expectations,
That's true. I'm a little nervous, but I mean, I was able to speak to some people who did the same
program.
trip as me, and their experiences were wonderful. They enjoyed it a lot. And so I'm hoping that my experience is the same.
And you have been an inspiration for many. I can tell you because I've told your story
Oh, I'm
to a
glad.
lot of the kids so they can get inspired by what you're doing.
I'm
Because some
happy.
of us think, I want to do something, you're actually working towards a goal.
Mm-hmm.
So now, yes, you discovered Japan, but let's go in deeper and tell me what about Japan that really caught your attention?
So for me, it was mainly their values: harmony, order, and self-development. The Japanese people care so much about other, like they never put themselves first. Like everything they do is for the comfort of others. For example, currently the like to put on your mask, like for COVID, it's not mandatory, but people still do it everywhere they go, just out of respect for others and not to get other people sick. The streets are very clean. Uh, they're they're just like the train system is so organized, and it's a lot. If you look at the train system in Japan, it's super complicated, but everything is organized and everything's always moving at a fast pace, which I kind of like. I'm used to fast paced things, and it's so interesting to learn, especially about their history and why they believe in certain things, the gods that they believe in. And the religion was actually nicknamed the religion with millions of gods, because they have so many gods for so many different things. And it just kind of spoke to me, and they're so respectful to, like, for example, one thing that really spoke to me, because I like it that it's so different from America. Like, for example, gun violence. Gun violence is really bad here in America, as we can see with all these school shootings that have been happening lately. It's horrible. And in Japan, they're so strict with who owns a gun. You have to go through a psychological evaluation. They have to ask your neighbors. You have to you have to have a waiting period of, I think it's, I want to say, I'm not entirely sure, but I want to say maybe 2 weeks or more. And they're so, like, they
The
make sure,
gun controls are very strict.
exactly, like they make sure that their country is like peaceful. And obviously there's some things, obviously it's not perfect. No country is.
No,
And
no country is, but you don't see the mass shootings because of their gun control. So I totally agree with you. If the US would have a little more gun control, we wouldn't see all these mass shootings.
it's true. Like, and it's not just Japan. A lot of other countries are more strict about the whole gun situation.
Yeah.
And it hurts me to see that America doesn't really care that much. You know what I mean?
No,
It's just
100%. So there's two things in Japan that I want to tell you. They are so punctual up to the second. So the trains, if they tell you they're coming at 1:32 and 30 seconds, they will be there at 1:32 and 30 seconds.
not just the train system, but the people as well.
Everything. And because that is out of respect for others.
That is true.
They really respect the time of others.
Everything that they do is out of respect, especially bowing as well. Because they don't high five, they don't shake hands. No, they bow.
They bow.
And it's, if you look, it's kind of like a translation in a way. Bowing really, like, it really means I'm not above you, I respect you. That's what it means when you bow to somebody.
And here they think that if you bow to someone is that you're less than someone else. And it's not
Yeah,
true.
no.
It's literally out of respect. The other thing that I found was I went to Japan like it's gonna be almost 30 years ago.
Oh wow.
Well, it's a lot, but one
Yeah.
of the things is that here you go to a restaurant and you're used to tipping.
Yes.
And
Tipping culture.
there, tipping is an insult.
Yes.
So when we left the tip, the waiter said, "Oh, this is yours." And we said, "No, this is for you." And they said, "Did we do a bad job?"
They think of it as you like they did a bad job, and
A
that's
bad
why you
job and not as part of really doing their job because that's what they're paid for.
exactly.
And I found that so interesting.
Me too. When I first learned about it, I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, it's very, very interesting.
It's a big culture shock for sure.
No, no, definitely it's a whole culture shock. But on another note, they do respect others, but they have, in 2014, they had a huge spike in sexual assaults.
That's true. Yeah,
And
it's
that is like, I don't know what to make of it because they respect others, but it's like they're not respecting women.
so Japan, as advanced as it has become when it comes to technology and all these other things, they're still stuck a little bit in the olden days when it comes to respect towards women. And you see that a lot, especially I mean, you can't avoid the news, you can't avoid specific videos you see online where people just, especially in Japan, people will treat women differently. And it's sad to witness it, but it's not like Japan isn't doing anything about it. Like, for example, they were the first country to start the Me Too movement.
I know, and 10 years before that in the States.
Exactly. And they also take, because a lot of the sexual assault you see is on the trains. Like men will grope women on the trains. And since usually the trains are so packed, people are so close together, it's like, oops. But there's also women only carts that
Correct.
they
There's
have to train.
a train they did just to train for women, so they
Exactly.
would feel safe. So please use the women only train.
I plan on it for sure. Yeah,
Please use that one.
I will.
So tell me something else that grabbed your attention regarding the history.
I like that there's a balance to it. Like there's a balance between they still like respect the old, like for example their religions, their shrines, everything is still like you could go see a shrine, you could go see these old buildings that have been up for thousands of years and they're still there, and it like gives you this sense of like culture, and you look like it's just interesting to still have a little part of history there. And then they're so respectful of nature as well. Like you go and there's these huge forests and the cherry blossoms and all these gorgeous things, like all these gorgeous parts of its nature. And then you also have like the buildings, like these skyscrapers, the technology. It's like kind of like, how do I say it? Like you're walking from the past to the future. It's like it's all balanced out.
And look to see the bonsai gardens.
Yes, that's on my list. I really want to go see that.
That is another way that they're balancing. They balance nature and water.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another part. Food. Tell me about food.
So, obviously, I don't know too much about food since I've never been there, but I like to look for markets nearby or look for the
Under
most.
the train station.
Sorry?
Under the train stations are the
Yeah.
best markets.
Yes. But I try to find like supermarkets that are the most authentic, and I'll try new foods. And it's not always like it's not always similar.
No. Here they don't need the same thing. The California
no.
roll was actually designed in California.
Yes, exactly.
It isn't the real Japanese food, so you're in for a
Sushi
surprise.
is so much more different over there than it is here. Like it's not the same.
The other part that I wanted to ask you is take advantage of going to a tea ceremony.
Yes, that's on my list.
We take for granted just having a cup of tea, but we really take for granted. We just drink it. They don't. They appreciate, and it's a whole experience, the tea.
That's true.
And that totally changed me completely.
Yeah.
It's like really, it's what people are studying now in wellness, that you're present in that time. And they did it over a cup of tea and just enjoying a cup of tea.
And there's a lot that goes into making tea as well.
Correct.
But nobody usually ever thinks about it.
And the whole story behind the geishas.
Yes.
So if you get a chance to stay at the old neighborhood of geishas and stay a night, that is an experience in itself.
Yeah. So there's a lot to Japan. Like you could experience so much. And like my list is 3 miles long and I'm only gonna be there for 2 months. Mind you, I'm also doing classes on top of it. So I'm hoping I get to experience as much as possible.
No, you're going. So if anyone wants to help Kiana, please DM me, let me know, donate to her efforts.
Thank you.
We're all contributing for her to have an amazing experience, and she has literally worked 3 jobs to make this happen.
Yes, nonstop.
And you're an inspiration. What do you want to tell everybody, the girls your age?
If you have a dream, do not put it to the side and wait. Go for it. Because you don't know when you're going to be able to pick it up again. Like for me, I knew that if I put Japan to the side and waited until I graduated, it was never going to happen. I had to put the effort to set the goal and start working towards it. And that's not just for a trip, it's for anything. For saving up money for college or whatever your heart desires. Put time and effort into it, and I promise you will get to it 100% without a doubt.
So Kiana, we look forward to speaking again after your trip to Japan.
Yes, for sure.
So everyone, thank you. Until next week, and above all, stay safe. Have a great day.